Hey, what's going on YouTube? Marine X back at it again. Happy Labor Day. But I mean, what is Labor Day all about? What does Labor Day even mean? We're all used to getting Labor Day off, but did you know it was created by the labor union in the late 19th century? It became a federal holiday in 1894. It's kind of just been celebrating it ever since. But the whole purpose of Labor Day is to celebrate American craftsmanship, the American worker. We want to pay tribute to all the hard work and contributions that have been put in by Americans or for American products. So you know what, I thought I would do a Labor Day special of some of the gear that I use that is made in the USA. Maybe some of these items will be something that you can use a part of your kit, something you might want to add. It's going to really be up to you. But first, if you are the man cave enthusiast, you like tools and all that type of stuff, hit that subscribe button below. We like talking about that stuff around here. Also, if you are really big into having that daily chat type of interaction, make sure you join my Discord channel. Link is down below. All right, so first on my list of the good old made in America items is the Princeton Tec League 420. Now, a thing about the Princeton Tec League 420, this here is specifically designed for the diver. And I think it's more than a capable moonbeam, as we like to call it. It comes in for around 49 bucks, but it's on sale for Labor Day for $34. Now, this thing has a lockable switch on the top, so when you engage this thing, it keeps it locked in place. So that way you know that it's going to be locked. So if you have gloves on, if it's cold outside, you know, whatever the case may be, because this is designed to go 100 meters below the sea, this is my go-to flashlight whenever I'm walking through the woods. Let's say, for instance, I just put down a doe or something like that, or a hog, and it's raining outside. I'm okay with using this. It has good ergonomics in the hand. It feels really good to hold and to use. All right, so next on our list is the buck knife. This is an American staple for pocket knives. It's the buck knife. They have over 110 years of craftsmanship, American founded, American run. We may be used to the classic looking buck knife here. This is like the Buck 341. This one here is okay. It has an easy one hand opening. You can open it really easily. This is usually something I would keep in my bag. I really won't necessarily carry this because I just need a blade with a little bit more length. In comes the classic Buck 112. Now the Buck 112 is the type of, this is the Buck 112 Slim Pro. Now the thing about this thing is it's just a type of pocket knife that feels good in the hand. These handles are these are like these nice G10 scales. They feel really good. It comes in multiple colors. The way it feels, it's gonna get the type of, I know it sounds weird, but the type of dirt from the grease in my hands is gonna create a nice patina on those handles themselves. It has a nice S30V steel for the actual blade itself. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is made in the USA. Can you see the glory on there? Can you see that? Buck USA right there on the blade itself. Has a nice thumb stud to use easily. Now, the Buck 341 comes in at about $60. So if you want something that's a little bit cheaper, this one's still pretty good as well. Obviously, you can see I use it all the time. It has dirt all over it. But, you know, if you want this one specifically, this one's going to come in for about $90, and it comes in multiple colors. I think you can get it in 4 different colors. So my next American made in the USA knife brand is the Kershaw. Now you may think, why is the Kershaw ahead of, Gerber or Benchmade? It's really because just a lot of their knives feel incredible in the hand. This is called the Kershaw Speed Safe. Kershaw Speed Safe, easy one hand opening type of knife. It has this incredible G10 scales. It has this wonderful OD green color, which is by far one of my favorite colors to use. Look at this blade. Look how wonderful that blade looks. It is this two-tone blade on it, and it's really incredible to carry. It has a deep carry pocket clip in there, so nice and deep in your pocket. Easy to use, easy one hand opening. I have no issues just freaking flinging that thing out, using it as I see fit. The reason that they're second and they're not first, because buck knife is buck knife, but also just like Gerber, the next one I want to talk about here, Kershaw, every single one of their knives is not made in America. So this one here is a Chinese-made Kershaw. This is also, I think this is their Speed Safe, or is it? This is a, yeah, this is another Speed Safe, but this is a Chinese-made Speed Safe. So be cautious when you're checking these things out. It feels nice, but it does not feel as premium as the American-made Speed Safe. So if you want to get the American-made Speed Safe, this thing's going to run you about $87, but an incredible warranty, feels good in the hand. The Chinese-made one is 20 bucks. I mean, so if you're okay, you want to save some money, and you know, if you're getting good content from this video, make sure you like this video, man, so we can share it with others. It is the Labor Day time. Folks sitting around kicking it, and maybe they can check this out and add some items to their kit. So speaking of Gerber, here are 2 American-made Gerber knives. Now, there are a lot of knives that Gerber makes, but a lot of them are now coming from overseas. There are still a few that are made here in the States, and the ones that are made here in the States, just like the Kershaw, I believe are just another level of quality. So here's the Gerber 06 Auto. This is a Tanto blade. I have literally had this knife for over 10 years. I think I'm going on 12 years with this thing, and it's an incredible knife. It feels really good in the hand. It's easy to use. This one here is an automatic. So they have one that has a thumb stud, which is a little bit easier to find. This automatic one is not as easy to find, but I'll link it up below. You can has a safety switch, which explicitly lets you know that it is not on safe. Put that there, it is now on safe. So I really like this as well. Doesn't have that deep carry clip. This really wasn't that popular yet when I got this. I got this back in like 2009. But it holds an incredible edge. It's made of S30V steel. And of course, Gerber has several machetes. I have one of their machetes that you may have seen in my vehicle EDC. That's a Chinese-made machete. It's pretty trash. But they do have an American-made machete. This is the Gerber Double Down Machete. And this thing here feels good in the hand. It's a double folding machete. Easy to use. It has 2 levels of safety. Actually, we really can call it 3 levels of safety. So first we have this locking latch at the top. You disengage that. You can also come here. It comes off of 1 safety, and then you pull it all the way back, and it goes fully into machete mode. It has jipping at the top, so it can take a pounding from a log or something like that. But this is strictly for clearing brush for when I go to my bug out area. But this is just a really well made knife. Now, finally in the knife category is Tops Knives, their Filet knife. Look at this sheath. This thing is super duper nice. It comes in this OD green. You can see the beautiful actual freaking handle hanging out the bottom of that sheath. This thing is designed to clip on your belt. And if you look at the actual Filet knife itself, this thing is sharp. So the entire knife itself overall is 12 inches. You got about 8 inches of cutting edge on this thing. This is my go-to knife whenever I put down a hog, whenever I put down a doe. This is my go-to knife for use. And this thing comes in at $169. Now you may think that's expensive for a Filet knife, but the reason that it's my go-to, first off, look at this handle. Look at these scales. It easily cleaned off for 409. You get any blood or anything like that, it washes off really easy. It's not hard to do. But the reason that I like this for my go-to is, imagine you just put down a hog, you just put down a doe. The way it goes on my hunting property is when we put those animals down, we hang them from a tree overnight. We allow them to freeze, and so we can get all the ticks to die off the animal, and we actually process the meat in the mornings. So imagine trying to process a thawing hog or a thawing doe, and you're trying to get some bites of lats, you're trying to get some good meat, and it's still partially frozen. How sharp should your knife be? It should be this sharp. That's why I go with Tops Knives. They're a great company, American-made company, and so I really enjoy this thing as well. Here we have the Estwing Hatchet. The only thing I will say is this one was recently gifted to me. It still has the nylon sheath. The one that I keep in my vehicle for my emergency use, I did buy an aftermarket leather sheath, which I'll do the same thing for this one, because the nylon sheath just usually seems to be just a freaking hassle to have to work with. But this is American staple. I got this one, like I said, as a gift. You can get the stainless steel version for about the forged steel, stainless steel looking version for 37 bucks. Or you can get this special edition one. It comes in at $59. Now, the thing about this is that it's a super balanced hatchet. This is not necessarily for splitting tons and tons of wood. That's not what the purpose of this hatchet for. This is really good for bushcraft. Now I have a traditional chopping axe, which is really good for splitting wood. This one's gonna be good for bushcraft if you want to use this for light work. It's really, really balanced. It has an incredible balance to it. And the thing is that, you know, this is a great gift for somebody that just became an Eagle Scout. If you want a buddy that's trying to get into survival or to camping type stuff. Now let's move on to the world of the multi-tool. So first we have the Gerber Gear 7400. This is a multi-tool which has now kind of become a classic. So this was specifically designed for explosive ordnance for the military. So, you know, it was actually made in a collaboration with the military. It has easy one-hand opening. Push it out like that, just like that. You can launch the actual multi-tool itself. Has a little ruler on one side, which you can measure up to 3 inches. The other side has centimeters, just in case that is the type of stuff you want to be able to do. Has some needle nose pliers. You know, once again, like I said, this was designed for explosive ordnance. So it does have a blasting cap crimper on here, but you can use it for regular crimping. It has wire cutters underneath those pliers. And it has a C4 punch. Now, C4 punch is specifically designed because C4 is actually pretty soft. So when they are actually preparing C4, they want to be able to punch down and put the explosive ordnance inside. So that's what this is used for. But you can use it for other stuff. You need to make a quick hole punch. You need it as a pick or something like that, then, you know, I use this tool for that. Gerber's locking mechanism for every tool. Every tool needs to be accessed while the pliers are out. That's one thing that I'm not a biggest fan of, but I got like 4 of these things, man. This thing comes in at about $115. It does have a regular knife edge. Another thing I like about it is that it has a saw. Now this one is pretty worn down. I've been using this thing for years. I have a lot of these around the house. It's good for processing just a little bit of plywood or something like that, is why I like to keep this as well. So, and it has a comes with a nylon belt loop sheath. Be careful because some of those are not made in the USA, and you can definitely tell the difference. So make sure you pick up the one that's USA. Speaking of made in the USA, you can't go wrong with a Leatherman. This is the Leatherman P4, specifically the Leatherman Free P4. This thing comes in for about $139. It has over 21 tools, magnetic closing mechanism. This is definitely one hand opening type tool, so that way you can keep one hand on the workpiece, one hand to open the tool itself. So if you look at the tool, it has needle nose pliers at the very top, more traditional pliers, kind of like in the inside here. And of course you have wire cutters there. It has a nice locking mechanism to give you positive feeling, to let you know that you've actually engaged the pliers. The reason I like this as a go-to for carrying, because it includes a belt clip, the deep carry belt clip. So if I just want to carry that directly in a pocket, it is kind of heavy to carry in basketball shorts or something like that. So I'll show you an alternative. But it has all sorts of tools, man. It has a knife, it has a little saw, it has can openers, bottle openers, scissors, just anything you can think of. Let's just say that price is kind of out of your ballpark, you know, or you don't need that many tools. Then you absolutely have the option to go with the Leatherman Skeletool CX. Now the Leatherman Skeletool CX is a nice compact tool. Doesn't have as much as the Free P4. Obviously you can tell there's a size difference. There's a weight difference as well. But the thing I like about this is it gives you the simple tools that you need. You know, just like this Leatherman here, all these tools are accessible from the outside. You know, this Skeletool here, you can access the knife from the outside, so you don't have to actually engage the pliers. So I like that. You know, it does have a carabiner. This is a carabiner and a bottle opener combo. So the bottle opener is here. The carabiner obviously is the entire device itself. So if you actually open the tool itself, you're gonna see, once again, needle nose pliers at the tip, more traditional pliers. If you look inside of those needle nose pliers, you have a wire crimper at the very, very bottom of the tool. Hopefully you can see that. And then you have wire cutters. So this is kind of a 4-in-1 tool right here at the top. And then you have a bit driver, which includes several bits. So it's loaded out with a Phillips head. And all you have to do is pull this out. You have 2 sets of Phillips heads, and they also give you here on the side of the tool some flat heads, and you can order these just in case you lose these. You can order these from Amazon or their website. So this is just going to give you like the bare bones minimums tools that you need. If you want to have more drill bits or something like that, just make sure it's compatible with the Skeletool. Now, a part of your kit, right? Your kit can't just be a whole bunch of knives and flashlights. You got to stay hydrated, right? And one way to stay hydrated is with the classic Nalgene bottles. This one here, the 32-ounce Nalgene bottle, is my go-to for EDC. They're very affordable. There's like as cheap as 11 bucks. You probably find them cheaper inside of stores. This one here is a 12-ounce Nalgene bottle that my daughter uses all the time. And you see that even though it's 12 ounces, I think these caps are interchangeable. They're both wide mouth. You know, you can easily pump water and stay hydrated with an Nalgene bottle. That's one thing I like about them, is that, you know, it really does help with hydration. They, you know, if you put water in here, it can be frozen. Then you let it thaw out. If you're going on a day hike or something like that, you can freeze the water overnight. Just make sure you leave enough room in the bottle for the ice to expand, the water to expand. And it also can take liquids up to 212 degrees. So you got different options with the Nalgene bottles, and you know, I really enjoy those. I keep those things all over the place. Next on our list is the Samsox wool socks. These things come in at $29. You get 2 pairs for $29. That sounds expensive, right? You just get 2 pairs of socks for 29 bucks. I mean, people are thinking they can probably get a better deal than that. But the thing about these is that they're moisture wicking. They have seamless toe closure. I just picked these up. I put over 200 miles with rucking on these socks, and I have had 0 issues with my feet. And that's the biggest thing for me, is I need something that's going to keep sweat away from my feet, because that's going to reduce the chances for blisters. So I really like these things. All you gotta do is wash these things in cold water. Freaking, you can throw them in a dryer. They might shrink down a little bit, but they're incredible. They're American made as well, which is kind of rare and more rare nowadays, especially for clothing items. Finally on my list, we have Rite in the Rain. This is the spiral, the top-down spiral notebook. This specifically is the 735. These come in a pack of 3. And for, I think they're $11, you get 3 of these bad boys. They're Rite in the Rain. I mean, you've seen, I have them in multiple colors. I have them in black, I have them in tan. I keep them all over the place. I run through these all the time. Sometimes I might literally just write 1 or 2 words on a page, rip it out, hand it to my daughter, let her practice. I'll write down some words, help her with homework, stuff like that, take down some quick notes. Obviously, you know, we got our phones and all that good stuff, but I can keep this in my back pocket and easily access this thing, and I'm ready to rock and roll. The barrel pen that comes along with it, super small barrel pen, literally fits in the palm of my hand, and it open this thing out. You actually put the pen together. It becomes a nice, comfortable writing pen. You can use this thing. And you can easily change. Now, I will say the cartridge is made in Taiwan, but the pen itself is made in the USA. I'm pretty sure they make some cartridges that are made in the USA. I just haven't really searched for those. So you can keep this in the top of the spiral notebook, push this all the way in if you want to. You can keep these separate. Now, the thing about Rite in the Rain pens, they're pressurized. That way you can write, obviously, you can write while you're walking, you can write upside down, like while you're lying on your back, you can write on someone else's back, and obviously you can write in the rain as long as you're using weatherproof Rite in the Rain paper. So I really enjoy these. I purchase these notebooks all the time, And these pens seem to always grow feet. This pen comes in, I think, about $22, and these notebooks, you get 3 of them for 11 bucks. I'll make sure I link all that stuff up below. Hey, so that's it, man. So what other American-made products do you use? Do you use Estwing Knives? Do you use some other stuff I didn't mention? There's backpacks. There's a lot of different items that you can add to your kit. They're American-made. So make sure you comment down below. Let me know some items you use. Once again, thank you for all your contribution making these wonderful American-made products here in America. And for those of you not a part of the battalion, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. We would love to have you a part of the battalion. If you like stuff like this, click here. I'm gonna add some videos. Maybe you'll find some other stuff you wanna add to your kit. In the meantime, we'll speak soon.